want to speak on disrespect today and understanding why it is necessary sometimes to just let it roll off your shoulder. You know, sometimes people are living such a miserable life to the point that they want the next person's life to be just as miserable as theirs. They don't have to know you. They don't have to be associated with you. But, you could be in a public place and someone may bump into you, or someone may just say something out of the ordinary to you. And it's up to you if you want to engage in a back and forth with that individual, or if you just simply want to ignore it and walk away. I can tell you that we're living in a strange day and time where people are testing our patience. That's why it is so necessary to have a relationship with the highest, with God, because God can put you in a mind frame that can easily let you just kind of move on from a situation. Just let it roll off your shoulder. Life is short. Who knows why the next person do what they do? But don't let someone else's negativity rub off on you in a negative way. Turn that negative into a positive by simply walking away, by simply not engaging in the argument. Because so many times that situation, those type of situations will turn out to be, the worst thing that could happen to you, or even worse, something that you can't come back from. So let the enemy be the enemy. Move on from the enemy, but always pray for the enemy. Pray for the world. Don't just pray for your circumstances and your family circumstances. Pray for the world that you live in. Our country is at a, sad place right now in some areas. And we need to come together and be more kind, number one. Even if we don't agree, it does not give us a reason to be unkind or be disrespectful or, do the worst to a person just because we don't always agree with each other. We don't agree with some of the things that go on inside our own family, but we're not going to hurt our family members. So look at society that way. When we begin to build a relationship with God and we begin to pray and we begin to look not just inside our own circles, but also outside, we turn on the TV and we're quick to change the channel because it's something depressing. I find myself now taking some of it in, and I immediately start praying. I start praying for people that I don't know, because when I leave my home, I want to return. And far too many times, people wake up and they leave their home and they don't return over nonsense, over foolishness, over someone having a bad day, or whatever the case may be. We need to pray for one another. We need to bless others. When we're in a position to be able to give back, we need to do that. And we can do that every day just through prayer, just praying for the next person. It doesn't always have to be with money or material things. Sometimes it can just be a simple prayer. I do it all the time. And it's just a part of how I live my life. I really, really try to look outside myself. Of course, it starts with me. I have to take care of me. But I also think of others. I also pray for others. I also try to help others. I do what I feel like God wants me to do. Of course, you can't pour from an empty cup. But there's always something kind that you can do that's going to be pleasing to God. And number one, that's prayer. Pray for the next person. Thank you, and God bless.